in a small, sun-drenched town. A young boy named Yusuf learned his first and most important lesson from his parents. Honesty is a treasure that shines brighter than gold. They taught him that even when a lie seems easy, the truth is a stronger foundation for life. This simple, powerful lesson became the compass that guided Yusuf through all his days. He grew up a kind and earnest young man and carried this principle with him into the bustling world of work. He found a job in a large company, a place filled with ambition and competition. It wasn't long before Yusuf noticed that not everyone shared his values. He saw colleagues cutting corners, bending the truth to get ahead, and making promises they couldn't keep. They would often tell him, "Yusuf, you're too naive. This is how the real world works. A little white lie won't hurt anyone." But Yusuf remembered his parents' words. He politely smiled and continued to do his work with diligence and complete honesty, even if it meant he wasn't the fastest or the most praised. He believed that the quality of his character was more important than the quantity of his praise. One day, a major project went terribly wrong. A significant amount of money was lost, and the management was furious. Panic spread through the office. The colleagues who had cut corners decided to protect themselves by pointing their fingers at the one person they knew was different. Yusuf. They created a story, weaving a web of lies that made him look like the one responsible for the entire mess. Suddenly, Yusuf found himself called into the director's office, facing a storm of accusations. The pressure was immense. He was told that if he just admitted to a small mistake, a miscalculation, everyone could move on. It was a tempting offer, a quick escape from a nightmare. But as he stood there, his heart pounding, Yusuf thought of the compass his parents had given him. He took a deep breath and chose his path. He looked his boss in the eye and said, "Sir, I understand the seriousness of the situation, but I cannot admit to something I did not do. I can only tell you the truth of my involvement, step by step." He calmly explained his work on the project, presenting his records and emails. His voice didn't waver. He spoke the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, even though it meant directly contradicting his job. The director was skeptical, and Yusuf was suspended pending a full investigation. The days that followed were some of the most difficult of Yusuf's life. His colleagues, the very ones who had framed him, now openly mocked him in the hallways. They called him a fool for not playing the game. He received anonymous, threatening messages telling him to quit before he was fired, and his reputation was ruined forever. The loneliness was crushing. It felt like the entire world had turned against him. Many people in his situation might have given in to despair, but Yusuf found his strength in a quiet, unshakable place. Every day, he would find a peaceful corner and pray. He didn't pray for revenge or for his enemies to be punished. He simply prayed for strength, for patience, and for the truth to be revealed in its own time. His faith was his anchor in this turbulent sea. He believed that Allah sees everything and that true justice would prevail. This steadfastness gave him a profound sense of inner peace, even amidst the chaos. And then, something incredible happened. An junior accountant, who had been too afraid to speak up before, was troubled by her conscience. She had seen the real culprits altering the financial records. Inspired by Yusuf's unwavering courage and calmness under pressure, she decided she could no longer stay silent. She secretly gathered the original documents and presented them to the board of directors. The evidence was undeniable. It showed a clear trail of deception leading directly back to the colleagues who had accused Yusuf. The truth, like the sun breaking through the clouds, was finally revealed. The entire company was stunned. The director immediately called Yusuf back to the office. This time, the atmosphere was completely different. The director stood up, shook Yusuf's hand, and apologized sincerely, not just for the company, but personally. "Yusuf," he said, "you taught us all a lesson today. Your integrity is worth more than any project." Yusuf was not only reinstated, but also promoted to a position of leadership, where his honesty was seen as the valuable asset it truly was. The colleagues who had lied were dismissed. But the story didn't end there. The incident sent ripples through the entire office. People started talking, not about office gossip, but about Yusuf's courage. His quiet stand had inspired a shift in the company culture. Younger employees started looking up to him, seeking his advice not on how to climb the corporate ladder quickly, but on how to build a career with integrity. Honesty started to become cool again. Years passed. Yusuf became a respected figure in his industry, known not just for his skill, but for his character. One day, he was presented with a massive business opportunity, a deal that could make him incredibly wealthy overnight. It was the dream of a lifetime. But as he looked through the details, he found a small clause, a clever loophole that would exploit a weaker partner. The other parties assured him it was standard business practice, a gray area everyone used. For a moment, Yusuf was tempted. The life of comfort and luxury flashed before his eyes. But then he remembered the feeling of peace he had while praying in that lonely office, the strength he found in truth when he had nothing else. He knew that no amount of money could ever buy that peace. He politely declined the deal, explaining his ethical concerns. He walked away from a fortune, but he walked toward something far more valuable, a clear conscience and a soul at rest. In his later years, Yusuf loved spending time with the younger generation. He wouldn't lecture them, but he would share his stories, his experiences. He'd tell them, wealth can disappear, praise can fade, but your character is the one thing you will carry with you forever. Live a life of truth, and you will find a peace that no worldly treasure can offer. He wasn't a rich man in the way the world counts wealth, but his life was abundant in love, respect, and a deep, abiding contentment. He had found his treasure. Yusuf's story is a beautiful reminder of a timeless truth. When you hold on to honesty, even when it's hard, even when you feel alone, you are never truly alone. Divine support is always near for those who walk the path of truth. Integrity is not about being perfect. It's about choosing truth again and again, especially when it's difficult. And in that choice, you will find your greatest strength and your most lasting peace. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires the heart and soul.